Hello, welcome back to the channel where it is time for match week number 2 predictions for the 2020-21 SPFL Premiership season. Now, it came back with a bang with 14 goals in 6 games. There was a goal in every single match. A few red cards and a few talking points as well, but it was a very, very good return to action of the Scottish football, and it was a very enjoyable weekend, it has to be said. So let's go over my predictions on how I did. I had one perfect score last week. I had a 1-1 draw between Dundee United and St Johnstone, and I was pretty close with a couple of others. Obviously I said Hibs to beat Kilmarnock 2-0, that was obviously 2-1. Celtic Hamilton, I said 5-0 to Celtic, and it was a 5-1 win for Celtic, so that was very, very close as well. Aberdeen Rangers, I said a 2-1 win to Rangers, that was 1-0, and then 2 I got wrong. I got one the wrong way round, which was St Mirren Livingston. I went for a 1-0 win to Livingston, finished 1-0 to St Mirren, and Ross County Motherwell went for a 2-1 win to Motherwell, and it finished 1-0 to Ross County. So very, very good week. Obviously I got 6 points, so not a bad score, not a bad way to start the season. Looking in the comments, there was a tie. There was a tie between top scorers this week. Roberto Hollis, who does his own prediction channel as well, he got 8 points, as did EZ Scotty 99. He also got 8 points as well. 2 perfect scores as well, with Hibs beating Kilmarnock 2-1, and obviously Dundee United 1, St Johnstone 1. I think everyone actually in the predictions that I noticed actually all said 1-1. So very, very well done to everybody who said that. So yeah, so we're coming on to match week number 2, and there's some very big games. We have St Johnstone against Aberdeen. That is a 12:30 kick-off, and then we have Hamilton against Ross County, and then we have Livingston against Hibernian, Motherwell against Dundee United, and we've got 2 games on Sunday with Rangers against St Mirren and Kilmarnock against Celtic. So looking like a very good weekend. So the first game to preview and predict is St Johnstone against Aberdeen. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 2 wins to St Johnstone, 2 draws and 1 win to Aberdeen, and the last meeting was a 1-1 draw. St Johnstone, very good to get a point away from Dundee United, there's no doubt about it. Obviously they will be without Michael O'Halloran, who had a bit of a wild game, it has to be said. He was very lucky, I think, to stay on the pitch with the first challenge. He could have easily gone for that. Studs showing as well. He was very lucky, I think, to obviously stay on the pitch. But obviously his second yellow, it's a very innocuous challenge, but you know, already on a yellow, you know, he had a couple as well. I think he had a foul on Segrist as well. You know, I think letter of the law, I think he does deserve to go, unfortunately. But to be fair to St Johnstone, is a very good point, because obviously they did go behind early on to obviously Liam Craig giving away a penalty to Dundee United, and obviously Nicky Clark scoring from that, and then obviously Liam Craig capitalising on a very poor clearance from Connolly, and it was a very good finish from Liam Craig, so atoning for his error. But it's a very good point for Callum Davidson, and he will want to build on that. They're coming up against an Aberdeen side. It has to be said, they were in the game against Rangers, managed to keep it down to 1-0. There was a lack of sort of link-up play to Bruce Anderson, I thought. And obviously, you know, Considine got sent off as well. Definite red card, I'm afraid to say. It was a definite red card. Yes, you can say that Arfield was going in 2-footed as well, but as soon as you show your studs, I just think you're always in danger of getting a red card, and unfortunately that was the case for Andy Considine. But plus for Aberdeen, Ash Taylor I thought was very, very good as well. Couple of fantastic clearances from him, and you know, Aberdeen don't play Rangers every week, that's one thing for sure, but they are needing a striker. I think they're definitely needing a striker in this window, so if they can get a striker, then it'll be interesting to see how well they do, because I think losing Cosgrove till October and losing Curtis Main as well is very, very blow. So obviously Bruce Anderson will continue to play in the forward position. So looking at this game, I can really only see one result here, I can only really see a draw in this game. I think both sides are doing. Started the season okay. Obviously Aberdeen losing to Rangers, but not getting hammered as many people would have predicted. And St Johnstone getting a 1-1 draw at Dundee United. So I'm going to go for another draw in this one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between St Johnstone and Aberdeen in this game. Hamilton against Ross County. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 2 wins to Hamilton, 2 draws, and 1 win to Ross County. The last result was a 2-2 draw between the sides. Hamilton, you have to say, they attacked Celtic. They didn't sit back. They didn't have 10 men behind the ball. They actually attacked Celtic, and that was really good to see. But obviously, they did leave so much space in the midfield, and obviously, very good finishes from Edouard to get a hat trick as well. So very good from them. But that is positive from. I know Hamilton obviously lost 5-1 in the end. 5-1 was probably a little bit harsh, in all honesty. But yeah, Celtic did have the most of the shots, most of the possession as well. But you know, like I said, Hamilton just dust that off and basically go back in front of you know, back at home, and it's going to be an interesting game because obviously, like I said, they obviously losing 5-1. Although when who was it? The score? I can't actually remember who got the goal for Hamilton, but I think it went down as a Julian on goal. I think it was 2 deflections, of course, but no, Hamilton deserved credit for the way they attacked Celtic. But I don't think anyone expected them to get anything from Celtic Park. But yeah, obviously they're coming in front of coming against a Ross County side who have now started the season with a win, 1-0 win over Motherwell last night, and it has to be said, I thought they were very good defensively. Created a couple of chances as well. Hit the post, hit the bar. So you know, I think you have to say Ross County. It was a very good win. Obviously Ross Stewart. Who else? Ross Stewart was the catalyst of their goals last season to obviously keep them up, and I think he's going to be very key in this one as well. So, but a very good start for Ross County and a very good start for Stuart Kettlewell, or should I say, David De Gea's doppelganger. He looks more like David De Gea every single day as he's as the beard and the hair is getting. I love the fact that David De Gea actually said on social media that. You know, no, they do look alike. Are they twins? Well, I don't think they are. But looking at this game, I can really only see another draw in this one. I think Hamilton and Ross County will share the spoils here. 1-1 draw I'm going for in this game. I think there's some really tricky games to predict this week, I think. But yeah, that is one of them for sure, because obviously Ross County have started well. Hamilton obviously 5-1 defeat. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Hamilton and Ross County. Livingston against Hibernian. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 1 win to Livy, 1 win to Hibs, and 3 draws in there for good measure. The last result was a 2-0 win to Livy. It has to be said, Livingston did not play very well at St Mirren. St Mirren thoroughly deserved to win in that game. Yes, Livingston had a couple of chances in that game. Obviously, Sibbald hit the post. I think Effie Ambrose had a header that he should have done better with as well. The one thing you can say though, Alan Forrest looks a real threat as well, but defensively again, defending for the goal was really poor as well. But you know, Livingston do seem to start very slowly as well, and you know, that has been a key of their seasons. Obviously, you know, obviously their first game was against Celtic last time as well. So yeah, it does take a wee bit of time to, you know, get them started. But obviously more rumours about Lyndon Dykes potentially going to Barnsley. Apparently there was been a 1.8 million bid put in there. I would be very surprised if Livingston turned that down, to be honest with you. But we shall see what happens. But yeah, obviously Livingston coming and playing back at the Toni Macaroni, which was a big threat for them last season. Yeah, they were very difficult to beat at home. Hibernian coming off the back of a 2-1 win over Kilmarnock at the weekend. And Martin Boyle, who else? Martin Boyle has been absolutely fantastic recently. 2 goals, and he looks like he's a very, very improved player now. And obviously, I know that Chris Commons has said that apparently Celtic and Rangers should bid 250k for the forward. Yeah, that's very, very disrespectful, because I think Martin Boyle is worth a lot more than that, and how important he is as well to Hibs. And obviously Josh Doig as well, starting for the first time ever in a Hibs shirt. He played very, very well as well. So obviously Hibs will probably welcome back Christian Doig as well. So they've got some good players there. Kevin Nisbet as well, very good player for Hibs. So looking at this game, I can really only see another draw in this game. There's some really, really tricky games to predict, but I'm going to go for another 1-1 draw between Livingston and Hibs. I think both sides just sort of feeling their way into the start of the season. Livingston especially just need to get off the board, and I think they will. I think they'll get a draw here. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Livingston and Hibernian. Motherwell and Dundee United now. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 3 wins to Motherwell and 2 wins to Dundee United. The last result was a 2-1 win to Motherwell. Motherwell, not a good performance last night against Ross County, it has to be said. Obviously, Lang getting sent off as well, which was not a very good challenge. Very cynical, has to be said. And obviously, you know, it stopped the breakaway, but, you know, nowhere near the ball. And you can understand, you know, Nick Walsh had no option but to send him off. Declan Gallagher conceding a penalty as well. Just didn't happen for Motherwell yesterday. Obviously, they were given a penalty, and Donnelly missed a penalty as well. He had 4 from 4 last season, and unfortunately just didn't do that very well. Dragged it real wide as well. So that was one thing you can say for Motherwell. But looking at it, they do need to improve, and I do think they will improve this weekend. Dundee United coming off the back of a 1-1 draw with St Johnstone. Good performance from Dundee United, but they did need that second goal against St Johnstone. Shankland had a couple of chances as well, but you know, Dundee United is a good return. It is a good return to the top flight, but there are some tricky games for them coming up, and especially Motherwell away. Motherwell at Fir Park were very, very good last season, so tricky one to predict, but I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 win to Motherwell here. I do think that Motherwell will win this one, and want to get off the board because they were very poor against Ross County. So that takes care of the Saturday games. Let's move into the Sunday games, where it's Rangers against St Mirren. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 5 wins to Rangers. The last result was a 1-0 win to Rangers. It has to be said, Rangers, good win away from home against Aberdeen. I know Morelos didn't score, but I was very impressed with his link-up play. Thought he was very, very good, and especially with the goal, obviously sets up Ryan Kent. But it was a brilliant passing movement, obviously, to Tavernier into Morelos. He plays in Kent, and you know, Kent does what Kent does best, and that is puts the ball away. Very good finish from him. Steven Gerrard being linked with Bournemouth this week. Yeah, I don't see Gerrard going to Bournemouth. Obviously, Rangers also have Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League this Thursday, I think it is as well. So obviously they will be looking at that game as well. But looking at this game, it's going to be a tricky one. It's going to be a very, very tricky one. St Mirren, they're coming off the back of a 1-0 win over Livingston, and it has to be said, defensively, they look a really, really solid unit. And Jack Alnwick as well, very good buy from goalkeeper as well. Richard Tate doesn't get many goals, but when he does, they seem to be very good, and especially a diving header. You don't see many diving headers now in football, so it's very, very good to see from Richard Tate. So a very, very good finish as well. So looking at this game, I mean, people would obviously say, like, St Mirren going away to Ibrox, you would probably expect Rangers to, you know, get a couple of goals past them. But I think St Mirren are definitely an improved side this season, and I think, with that being said, I do think that Rangers will win this game. I don't think it's going to be comfortable, as many people predict. I am going to go for a 2-0 win to Rangers in this game. I think we're a very, very close game, but going to go for a 2-0 win to Rangers. Kilmarnock against Celtic. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 5 wins to Celtic. Last result was a 3-1 win to Celtic. Kilmarnock, 2-1 defeat to Hibs. Eastwood didn't cover himself in glory with the first goal, came flying out. Martin Boyle went round him and obviously scored. And then the second one, Callum Waters gets beaten far too easily for pace from Boyle. A bit of a nutmeg, and obviously Eastwood misses, doesn't save that. But you have to say, what a goal from Chris Burke. Absolutely thunder drive into the top corner. You could have 2 Ophir Marcianos in net and they would not save it. It was that well hit by Chris Burke. Very, very good finish from him. And yeah, you know what, Kilmarnock, like I said, they've got a tough run to begin with. Obviously Hibs to begin with, and then Celtic as well. So difficult start for them. But yeah, Celtic, yes, what can we say? 5-1 against Hamilton. Not a bad way to start your sort of trail to get 10 in a row. Very good, very good from Celtic. 5-1 win against Hamilton. Odsonne Edouard hat-trick as well. Greg Taylor looked really good on the left-hand side for Celtic. Obviously Frimpong added a goal as well. Very good from Celtic, and it's looking ominous for teams for sure. But obviously Kilmarnock, tricky away game for obviously anybody. I think Celtic will come away with this one with a 3-1 win over Kelly. I do think that Celtic, it'd be interesting to see who starts in goal, because obviously Scott Bain started the season. Will they bring in the new boy Barkas, or does he need time to settle? But I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Celtic. So that is it. That is my Match Week 2 predictions done and dusted for the 2020-2021 SPFL Premiership season. I will go through my predictions really quickly. So St Johnstone 1, Aberdeen 1, Hamilton 1, Ross County 1, Livingston 1, Hibernian 1, Motherwell 2, Dundee United 1, Rangers 2, St Mirren 0, and Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 3. So that is it. That is my predictions done and dusted. If you want to leave yours, like Roberto Hollis, Shane O'Donnell, Balam and EZ Scotty, then please leave your predictions in the comment section down below. And obviously the highest scorer will get a shout out, like Roberto Hollis and EZ Scotty, sharing the spoils this week. 8 points for you both, so very well done to you both. So the SPFL Premiership is back with a bang. Pretty sure that weekend 2 is going to be very good. We shall see what happens. But thank you very much for watching. If you are new around here, then please hit that subscribe button. Smash a like on this video as well. And we shall see what happens at the weekend. Obviously, we have Rangers in Europa League action. Obviously, their game is on Sunday. Kilmarnock against Celtic. That is live on Sky Sports on 4:30 as well. And St Johnstone Aberdeen is also live Saturday lunchtime as well. So some good games coming up for you all to watch and predict, and it should be a very good weekend. It should be a very good weekend. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video, and we shall see what happens this weekend. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now. Enjoy your SPFL weekend.